What if I told you there's a secret to becoming absolutely unforgettable in a man's life? Imagine being the person who lights up his thoughts, the one he can't help but admire and respect. Does it feel like an impossible dream? Maybe you've heard that men don't notice the little things, or that they only care about what's on the surface. Let's shatter those myths today. The truth is, men are far more attuned to authentic, meaningful connections than many realize. They may not always express it, but small actions rooted in genuine care and respect leave lasting impressions. These moments create emotional imprints that no time or distance can erase. Are you ready to unlock these secrets? In this journey, we'll explore 9 powerful actions that will forever ingrain you in his heart and mind. Each one taps into the psychology of connection, trust, and love, and together they form a roadmap to deeper, more fulfilling relationships. By the time we're done, you'll see how simple yet impactful it is to embrace these principles and change the way you approach love. But first, let me ask you this. Are you willing to step outside the ordinary? Are you ready to give him something so authentic, so real, that he can't help but remember you? Let's dive into the first step, small acts of care that hold the key to an unforgettable connection. 1. The power of small acts of care. In a world that moves fast, where grand gestures often steal the spotlight, it's easy to forget how meaningful the little things can be. But here's the twist. It's not the flashy moments that stay etched in someone's mind. It's the small, thoughtful acts that whisper, "I see you. I value you." Have you ever made someone's day with a kind word or a little surprise? If so, you already know the power of care. With men, it's no different. A small act, whether it's making his morning coffee just the way he likes it, or remembering that he loves that one obscure band, sends a message straight to his heart. Why do these small gestures matter so much? Psychology has an answer. The human brain is wired to appreciate effort. When you go out of your way, even in minor ways, it triggers feelings of gratitude and emotional connection. For men who often process love through actions rather than words, these gestures hit deeper than you might think. Picture this. He's had a rough day, work drained him, and he's carrying that heaviness home. But when he opens the door, he sees you've left a small note on the counter, "I believe in you." Instantly, the weight starts to lift. It's not the words alone, but the care behind them that transforms his mood. That's stoicism in practice, helping him find calm and balance amidst life's chaos. Let's talk about another powerful example. Imagine he's mentioned, almost offhandedly, that he struggles to keep his desk organized. Without fanfare, you tidy up his workspace, leaving it clean and inviting. When he notices, it's not just about the desk, it's about how you cared enough to ease his burden. That act becomes a memory, a cornerstone of how he sees you, as someone who uplifts him. The beauty of small acts of care lies in their simplicity. They don't require dramatic effort or resources, just attention and intention. Men remember the person who helps them feel seen and supported, especially when it's unexpected. These moments become part of his emotional landscape, a quiet reminder of your presence even when you're not around. Let me challenge you here. What's one small act you can do today to show care for the man in your life? It doesn't have to be extravagant. Maybe it's sending him a funny meme that reminds you of an inside joke or cooking his favorite meal. Whatever it is, do it with authenticity. Men value action, but they cherish intention even more. Here's the real question. Are you willing to embrace the idea that love is built not on the size of your actions, but on the size of your heart? When you show him consistent, thoughtful care, you're not just making his day, you're creating a bond he won't forget. And if you think this is powerful, wait until we explore the next step. How genuine respect and trust can elevate your connection to a level most people only dream of. Stay tuned because we're just getting started. 2. Genuine respect and trust. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly felt respected by someone? Not just the polite kind of respect, but the deep, unwavering acknowledgement of your worth. I think about how that made you feel valued, seen, and understood. Now imagine what it does to a man when you give him that same level of genuine respect. Trust me, it's a game changer. Respect isn't just about agreeing with him or flattering his ego. It's about showing him you value his opinions, his decisions, and his individuality. A man can tell when respect is real and when it's just a mask for manipulation. If you approach him with sincerity and honor his perspective, you're doing something that very few people in his life ever do. That's powerful. So how do you show genuine respect in a way that resonates deeply with him? Start by listening, and I mean really listening. The kind where you're not just waiting for your turn to talk, but actively absorbing his words, his tone, and even what he's not saying. Men often struggle to express vulnerability, but when they do, it's a gift. If he feels safe enough to share his struggles or fears, respect that moment as sacred. Don't dismiss, belittle, or try to fix him, just be there. That's stoicism in relationships at its finest, creating a space for him to feel balanced and understood. Here's an example. Imagine he's venting about a tough decision at work. Instead of jumping in with advice, what if you said, "I trust you to make the best choice. You've got great instincts." Those words, they're magic. They show him that you believe in his ability to handle challenges without needing to prove himself to you. That's the kind of respect that sticks with him long after the conversation ends. But respect doesn't stop at words. It's also about actions. Respect his boundaries, his time, and his need for independence. Let him know you appreciate his efforts, whether it's how he fixes things around the house or how hard he works to achieve his goals. Sometimes, the smallest acknowledgments, like thanking him for something he does routinely, can mean the most. Men remember the person who uplifts them, not just with praise, but with consistent appreciation. And let's not forget trust. Trust is the backbone of respect. Without it, even the most heartfelt words can feel hollow. Trust him to lead when he needs to, and don't micromanage his every move. When you show him you have confidence in his judgment, it strengthens the bond between you. It says, "I see your strength, and I trust it." Now, let's flip the question. Are you giving him the same respect you want for yourself? Sometimes we don't realize how our actions can undermine the trust we're trying to build. Criticizing him in public, second-guessing his decisions, or dismissing his feelings, even unintentionally, can chip away at that foundation. Respect isn't about agreeing with everything he says. It's about showing him that even when you disagree, you still value who he is. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine this. A man is sitting across from you talking about a new passion project he's been working on. You can see the excitement in his eyes, but also the doubt. He's wondering if he's good enough, if it's worth it. And instead of saying, "Well, are you sure that's a good idea?" you look him in the eye and say, "I believe in you. You've got everything it takes to make this happen." Can you feel the shift? That's the moment he starts seeing you not just as someone he admires, but as someone he can't imagine his life without. So here's your challenge. The next time you're with him, find a way to show that you respect and trust him, not with big speeches or grand gestures, but with your presence, your words, and your actions. And then notice the way his energy changes. Notice how his eyes soften, how his confidence grows, and how he starts to see you as his anchor. If this idea resonates with you, I want you to take action right now. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe in the power of respect and trust in relationships. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next chapter in this journey. Together, we're unlocking the secrets to connections that last a lifetime. And trust me, we're just getting started. Next, we're diving into how authenticity, the simple act of being real, can transform the way he sees you. You won't want to miss it. 3. Share authentic moments together. Have you ever felt the magic of a completely genuine connection? The kind of moment where pretense melts away and you're left with nothing but the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are. For men, these moments are rare treasures. They may not talk about it, but when a woman shares her authentic self with them, it's like discovering a hidden gem. These moments stick They linger in his mind, becoming something he replays long after they've passed. So, what does it mean to share authentic moments? It's not about perfection or trying to impress him. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about being real, showing him your quirks, your flaws, your dreams, and even your fears. When you let him see the parts of you that aren't polished or scripted, you're giving him something far more valuable than perfection. You're giving him the truth. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're out with him on a casual afternoon, no makeup, no fancy outfit, just you. And instead of trying to fill every silence with chatter, you share a memory, something personal, maybe even vulnerable. You tell him about the time you felt lost, but how you found your way back. As you speak, he's not just hearing your words, he's feeling your courage, your openness. That's stoicism in action, a quiet strength that draws him in and leaves him wanting to know more. Authenticity also comes from the little things, the moments when you laugh uncontrollably at something silly, or when you admit you've never understood why people like pineapple on pizza. These seemingly insignificant admissions show him that you're not afraid to be yourself. And here's the kicker. Men find authenticity incredibly attractive. It's refreshing. In a world full of filters and facades, being real is like a breath of fresh air. Now, let's flip the script. What about him? Are you creating a space where he feels safe to be authentic too? Men are often taught to hide their emotions, to always appear strong and put together. But deep down, they crave the freedom to just be themselves. When you give him that space, when you encourage him to share his thoughts, his dreams, even his insecurities, you're building a connection that goes far beyond surface-level attraction. Here's a scenario to consider. Imagine he's hesitant to talk about a passion that's outside the norm. Maybe it's painting, or writing poetry, or something he's afraid others might judge. Instead of brushing it off or teasing him, you lean in, you ask questions, you show interest. What inspires you to do that? Or can I see what you've created? Your curiosity tells him, I value all of you, not just the parts you think are safe to share. But authenticity isn't just about serious conversations. It's about finding joy in the simplest things together. Take a spontaneous walk in the rain, share a messy kitchen moment while trying a new recipe, or spend an afternoon watching old cartoons you both loved as kids. These moments don't need to be perfect, they just need to be real. And real is what stays with him. Let me share a quick insight from psychology. Studies show that people feel more bonded when they share activities that bring out their authentic selves. Whether it's trying something new together or simply enjoying a quiet moment, these experiences create memories that deepen emotional intimacy. Think about it. How many times do we recall a conversation that felt raw and meaningful, compared to one that was just polite small talk? One of the most powerful aspects of authenticity is that it doesn't demand anything from him. It doesn't ask him to be anything other than who he is. And when you model that, when you show him that it's okay to let his guard down, you're giving him a gift that most people never offer. So here's the truth. Authentic moments aren't about what you do, they're about how you make him feel. When he's with you, does he feel like he can breathe? Like he can show up as himself without judgment or expectations? If the answer is yes, then you've already created something unforgettable. And here's the beautiful thing. Authenticity isn't something you can fake. It's either there or it isn't. But when it's real, when it's genuine, it leaves a mark that nothing else can. It's the kind of connection that stays with him, no matter where life takes him. As we move forward, let's explore how something as simple as a smile can amplify this authenticity and create an even deeper bond. Because sometimes the smallest actions have the biggest impact. Stay with me, this journey is just getting started. 4. A smile goes a long way. Let's pause for a moment and think about the power of a smile. When was the last time someone's smile stopped you in your tracks? Maybe it was a stranger in passing, a friend during a heartfelt moment, or even a memory of your own when you felt pure joy. Now imagine how that same simple act, a genuine warm smile, can transform the way a man feels about you. Did you know that studies have shown a smile is often more attractive than makeup or fancy clothes? There's something irresistibly magnetic about it. A smile says so much without a single word. I'm happy, I'm confident, I'm comfortable with myself and the moment we're sharing. For men, this subtle signal can create a powerful connection. Why? Because smiles are contagious and they tap into the emotional center of our brains. A genuine smile can disarm even the most stoic man, leaving him feeling lighter, happier, and more drawn to you. But here's the secret, it's not just about smiling for the sake of it. A forced smile, one that doesn't reach your eyes, won't have the same effect. It's about feeling the emotion behind the smile. When you're truly enjoying his company or relishing a shared moment, your smile naturally becomes a beacon of authenticity. He'll notice it, he'll feel it, and he'll remember it. Think about this scenario. You're sitting together, maybe on a casual date or even just hanging out. He says something funny, perhaps not even intentionally hilarious, and you burst out laughing, letting your smile take over. In that moment, you're not just reacting, you're sharing joy. That smile becomes a memory etched in his mind, a snapshot of pure happiness that he associates with you. Smiling also has an incredible ability to build trust. When you greet him with a warm smile, you're signaling that you're open and approachable, making it easier for him to relax and feel at ease. This is particularly important in a world where many men carry unseen emotional burdens. A simple, sincere smile can be like a breath of fresh air, reminding him that with you, life doesn't have to be so heavy. Here's another powerful layer. Smiling shows gratitude and appreciation. Imagine he's done something thoughtful, like bringing you your favorite coffee or fixing something around the house. When you respond with a genuine smile, you're not just saying thank you, you're expressing it with your entire being. That's the kind of acknowledgement that sticks with him, making him want to do even more to see you light up again. But don't just take my word for it, science backs this up. Smiling triggers the release of dopamine, the feel-good chemical in our brains. When you smile at him, you're literally boosting his mood, and here's the best part. It works both ways. When you see him smile back, your brain lights up too, creating a cycle of positivity and connection. It's a simple, beautiful dance that deepens your bond without a single word. Let me ask you this. Are you using your smile as a tool for connection? It's not just about brightening his day, it's about creating a moment where he feels truly seen and appreciated. The next time you're with him, pay attention to how often you smile. Are you holding back, worried it might seem silly or unnecessary? Or are you letting your smile shine, embracing the joy of the moment? Now, if this resonates with you, if you believe in the power of something as simple and genuine as a smile, then let's spread that energy. Like this video and comment number 1 if you think smiles can make a difference in relationships. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring these incredible insights together. Your support helps us share more powerful ways to build unforgettable connections. Next, we'll dive into how creating shared memories can leave an indelible mark on his heart. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Stay with me and let's keep building something extraordinary. 5. Create memories around shared experiences. Close your eyes for a moment and think about the memories that make your heart warm. Maybe it's a sunset on a quiet beach, a favorite song playing as you danced like no one was watching, or a lazy Sunday morning spent in perfect comfort. Now ask yourself this: what makes those memories so special? It's not just the events themselves, but the emotions tied to them, the joy, the laughter, the connection. And when you share those moments with someone, they don't just stay in your mind, they become part of your bond. For men, shared experiences are more than just time spent together, they're how they build emotional connections. Words are powerful, yes, but the shared laughter during a hike, the thrill of trying something new together, or the comfort of sitting in companionable silence are what leave a lasting imprint. These moments become stories he tells himself about you. The times you were adventurous, spontaneous, or simply present. Here's the beauty of shared experiences. They don't have to be elaborate or expensive. You don't need to plan a grand vacation or create picture-perfect dates to make them meaningful. In fact, the simplest activities are often the ones that resonate most. Picture this. You're in the kitchen, attempting a new recipe together. Flour ends up on the counter, and maybe on your faces, while you laugh at your culinary missteps. It's not about the perfect dish, it's about the joy of creating something together. That memory, it's golden. Now let's imagine a different kind of moment. It's raining outside, and instead of staying in, you grab his hand and drag him outside. The two of you walk, soaked but grinning, sharing a moment of pure, unfiltered fun. That spontaneity, that embrace of the unexpected, is what makes the memory unforgettable. Men often remember not just what you did together, but how you made them feel in those moments, alive, connected, and free. Shared experiences also provide the chance to see each other in different lights. Maybe you go on a hike and he sees your determination as you tackle a challenging trail. Or maybe you take a painting class and he notices your playful side as you splash paint onto your canvas and his. These moments deepen his understanding of who you are, making the connection richer and more multifaceted. Here's another layer to consider. Shared experiences often become anchors during tough times. When life throws challenges your way, those happy memories act as reminders of what you've built together. Think of them as emotional deposits in a relationship bank, moments you can draw on to strengthen your bond when things get tough. A man will always remember the person who created those safe, happy spaces in his life. Let's not forget the power of traditions. They don't have to be grand. Maybe it's watching a specific movie every year on a certain date, or taking a photo in the same spot every time you visit a favorite place. These traditions create a sense of continuity, a story you're both writing together. And when he looks back, those traditions become symbols of the connection you've nurtured. But shared experiences aren't just about fun or comfort. They're also about growth. When you push each other out of your comfort zones, whether it's learning to dance, trying a new sport, or traveling somewhere unfamiliar, you're creating a space where both of you can grow individually and as a team. These challenges often lead to the most rewarding memories because they come with a sense of accomplishment and mutual support. There's a fascinating psychological angle to all of this. Studies show that people who engage in novel activities together often report feeling closer to each other. It's not just the activity itself, but the emotions it evokes: curiosity, excitement, even a little nervousness. These shared feelings create a bond that's hard to replicate through routine or predictable experiences. Here's a thought to carry with you. Every shared experience is an opportunity to add a new chapter to your story together. Whether it's a grand adventure or a quiet moment, what matters is that it's yours. So the next time you're with him, think about what kind of memory you want to create. Is it something playful, something meaningful, or maybe a little bit of both? Because in the end, it's not just the memories themselves that matter, it's the emotions they carry, the bonds they strengthen, and the story they tell about your time together. And those stories, they'll stay with him forever. As we move forward, we'll explore how being a source of calm and positivity can further deepen your connection. It's a transformative insight you won't want to miss. Let's keep going. 6. Be his source of calm and positivity. Life can be chaotic. Stress at work, personal challenges, and the endless stream of demands can leave anyone feeling overwhelmed. Now imagine this. In the middle of all that noise, you're the person who brings him peace. You're the calm in his storm, the steady presence that helps him find balance. If you can be that for him, you'll leave an impression that no man can ever forget. Men often carry the weight of unspoken expectations. They're taught to be strong, stoic, and unshakable, always in control. But underneath that exterior, they experience the same fears and doubts as anyone else. The difference is they rarely have a space where they feel safe enough to let those walls down. This is where you come in. When you offer calm and positivity, you're giving him something invaluable, a sanctuary. Let's talk about how you can embody this. First, it's about your energy. The energy you bring into a room can either amplify stress or dissolve it. Have you noticed how some people's presence instantly makes you feel at ease? That's the energy we're talking about. It doesn't mean you have to be overly cheerful or pretend everything is perfect. It's about being grounded, present, and emotionally stable. Here's an example. Imagine he comes home after a tough day, his shoulders heavy with the weight of unspoken frustrations. Instead of asking what's wrong, or why are you in a bad mood, you simply greet him with a warm smile and a genuine, "I'm glad you're here." That moment of acceptance and calm is like a reset button for his day. Without even realizing it, you've created a space where he feels understood and supported. Positivity is another powerful tool. But let's be clear, positivity doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. It's about focusing on solutions, finding silver linings, and offering hope. For example, if he's venting about a setback at work, instead of saying, "That sucks, try, I know it's tough, but I believe in your ability to handle this. You've overcome worse before." That simple shift in language shows that you see his strength, even when he doesn't. Another way to bring calm and positivity into his life is through small, thoughtful gestures. Maybe it's playing his favorite music in the background when he's stressed, or surprising him with a comforting meal after a long day. These actions, though seemingly small, communicate, "I see you, I care about you, I'm here to make things a little easier." Over time, these moments build a foundation of trust and emotional safety. Psychology tells us that people are drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves. When you're a source of calm and positivity, you're not just easing his stress, you're becoming someone he associates with comfort, stability, and happiness. This isn't just about being his escape, it's about being his partner in creating a life that feels lighter and more joyful. Now, let's get real for a moment. It's not always easy to be the calm one, especially when life throws challenges your way, too. But here's the thing. Positivity and calmness don't have to be perfect. They're about intention. Even on tough days, choosing to bring a little light into his world, whether through a kind word, a reassuring touch, or just being present, makes a world of difference. Think about the moments in your own life when someone's calm energy lifted you up. How did that feel? That's the feeling you're offering him. It's the kind of support that sticks with him, that makes him think, "No matter what happens, I know she's got my back." And here's where the magic happens. When you consistently bring calm and positivity into his life, you inspire him to do the same. Your energy becomes contagious, helping him see solutions instead of problems and approach life with greater resilience. This isn't just stoic dating in action, it's stoicism at its core, finding strength and balance through emotional clarity and support. So, if this resonates with you, if you believe in the power of being someone's calm amidst the chaos, then let's celebrate that. Like this video and comment number 1 if you think calmness and positivity can transform relationships. And don't forget to subscribe, because we're building a journey of connection, insight, and love, one step at a time. Next, we'll dive into how encouragement and belief in his potential can make you absolutely unforgettable. It's a lesson you won't want to miss. Let's keep going. 7. Build him up through encouragement. Have you ever stopped to think about the power of your words? The way a single sentence, spoken with intention, can change someone's entire outlook. When it comes to the man in your life, your words of encouragement hold an extraordinary kind of power. They have the ability to ignite his confidence, strengthen his resolve, and make him feel unstoppable. Men, like anyone, need validation. But here's the thing, many of them won't openly admit it. Society often places pressure on men to be self-sufficient, to appear unshakably strong. Underneath that exterior, though, they have insecurities, fears, and doubts, just like everyone else. What sets you apart is your ability to see his potential even when he can't. When you believe in him, you give him something no one else can, a sense of possibility. Let's imagine a scenario. He's working on a project, something he's passionate about but unsure of. Maybe it's a career goal, a creative pursuit, or a personal dream he's been hesitant to share fully. One day he opens up about it, voicing his doubts. "I don't know if I can pull this off." Now, you have a choice. You could brush it off with a generic "you'll be fine," or you could look him in the eye and say, "I know you can do this. You're capable, and I believe in you." That moment isn't just about the words themselves. It's about what they represent. Your unwavering belief in him. Men are drawn to people who help them see their own strengths. When you become the person who consistently uplifts him, you're not just encouraging him to pursue his goals, you're becoming a fundamental part of his journey. Encouragement also works in the little things. Maybe he's mentioned wanting to get back into shape but hasn't taken the first step. Instead of nagging or pushing, what if you simply said, "Let's do this together"? By showing him you're invested in his growth, you're creating a partnership where he feels supported, not pressured. And that kind of support, it's unforgettable. Here's another layer to consider. Encouragement isn't just about words, it's about actions. Celebrate his wins, no matter how small. Did he finally finish that task he'd been procrastinating on? Cheer him on. Did he try something new and stumble? Remind him that failure is part of growth. Your acknowledgement of his efforts, rather than just his results, shows him that you value who he is, not just what he achieves. But encouragement isn't only about the big dreams and milestones. Sometimes it's about being present during his quiet struggles. Maybe he's dealing with something he hasn't even put into words yet. Stress at work, family challenges, or a sense of uncertainty about the future. In these moments, encouragement can take the form of quiet reassurance. A simple "I'm proud of you" or "You've got this" can mean the world when he's feeling unsure. Psychologically, encouragement taps into something profound, our need for affirmation. When you affirm his abilities, his value, and his potential, you're reinforcing a positive self-image. Over time, this creates a cycle where he begins to see himself the way you see him. He'll take on challenges with more confidence, push past his fears, and strive for his goals, not just because of his own drive, but because of the faith you've shown in him. This is where Stoicism comes into play. True Stoic dating isn't about trying to change or fix someone. It's about offering steady, supportive energy that empowers them to grow at their own pace. Encouragement is a cornerstone of this approach. It's not about solving his problems for him, it's about reminding him of the strength he already has to solve them himself. One of the most beautiful aspects of encouragement is that it's reciprocal. The more you encourage him, the more likely he is to do the same for you. This creates a dynamic where you're both lifting each other up, building a relationship founded on mutual growth and support. Over time, these moments of encouragement become part of the fabric of your connection, a series of small but significant instances that he'll always associate with you. Think about the role encouragement has played in your own life. Remember a time when someone believed in you, even when you doubted yourself. How did that make you feel? Now realize this. That's the gift you're giving him every time you build him up. It's not just about the immediate impact, it's about the long-lasting impression of being someone who sees the best in him and helps him bring it to life. Encouragement isn't flashy or loud. It doesn't demand attention, but its quiet, steady presence is what makes it so powerful. It's the kind of support that stays with him, shaping the way he sees himself and his potential. And that's unforgettable. As we move forward, let's explore another layer of this connection: the importance of respecting his space and independence. It's a dynamic that strengthens the bond rather than creating distance. Stay with me, there's so much more to uncover. 8. Respect his space and independence. Let's talk about a truth that's often overlooked. Every strong relationship thrives on balance. You might be tempted to think that the more time you spend together, the closer you'll become. But here's the twist: giving a man space can actually bring him closer to you. It's a paradox, but an essential one to understand if you want to create a connection that feels secure, enduring, and unforgettable. Men, just like women, need independence to grow. It's in those moments of solitude, personal focus, or pursuing their passions that they recharge and reconnect with themselves. When you respect his need for space, you're showing him something incredibly rare: that you value his individuality and trust him enough to let him be himself. That level of trust isn't just refreshing, it's magnetic. Imagine this: he's been working on a personal project or spending time pursuing a hobby that lights him up. Instead of feeling left out or demanding more of his attention, you encourage him to dive in fully. You say, "I love seeing how passionate you are about this. Let me know how I can support you." That one simple statement sends a powerful message. You're not just in his life, you're on his team. Respecting his independence doesn't mean stepping away or becoming distant. It means creating a healthy balance where both of you feel free to pursue your individual interests while still nurturing the connection you share. When you respect his space, you're building a relationship rooted in confidence, not control. And let's be honest, no one forgets the person who made them feel trusted and supported. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Men often process emotions and solve problems differently than women. While many women seek connection and conversation to work through challenges, men often retreat into their own thoughts. It's not about shutting you out, it's about recentering themselves. When you allow him that time without feeling slighted or anxious, you're showing a kind of emotional maturity that stands out in today's world. Here's a key insight. Respecting his independence doesn't mean disappearing from his life. It's about creating moments where both of you can thrive as individuals, knowing that you're stronger together because of it. For example, if he's been spending time at the gym, tinkering with the project, or catching up with old friends, let him know you're happy to see him investing in himself. That's stoicism in action, embracing patience, trust, and a steady presence without the need for constant reassurance. And let's not forget how this dynamic benefits you too. When you both have the freedom to grow and pursue your passions, it makes your time together even more meaningful. Imagine the stories you'll share, the lessons you'll learn, and the depth of understanding you'll bring back to your relationship. This isn't about drifting apart, it's about creating a partnership where both of you feel fulfilled and valued. Now, let's be real for a moment. Respecting space and independence isn't always easy. There might be times when you feel unsure or even a little left out, but here's the secret. Confidence is the foundation of trust. When you approach the relationship with the mindset that you're both choosing to be together, not out of need but out of genuine desire, it shifts the dynamic entirely. You're not clinging, you're building something stronger. Let me share a scenario. Imagine he's been planning a weekend to go camping with his friends. Instead of questioning or hesitating, you say, "That sounds amazing. I hope you have the best time." The freedom and encouragement in that response are unforgettable. Why? Because it shows him that you're secure in the relationship and you trust him to maintain it, even when you're not side by side. Psychologically, this approach also has a fascinating effect. When a man feels trusted and supported in his independence, it creates a sense of gratitude. He'll associate you with the feelings of freedom and self-expression that he cherishes. And when he's out there doing his thing, he'll find himself thinking about you, not out of obligation, but because he appreciates how you've made space for him to be himself. Let me ask you this. Are you comfortable giving him that space? Do you trust in the strength of your connection enough to know that time apart can actually bring you closer together? If you do, you're already setting yourself apart. Most people struggle with this concept, but those who embrace it understand that respect for independence is a cornerstone of deep, lasting love. If this resonates with you, if you see the beauty in creating balance and respecting each other's independence, then let's spread that energy. Like this video and comment number 1 if you believe that space and trust are the keys to a thriving relationship. And don't forget to subscribe, because there's so much more to explore as we uncover the secrets to building connections that last. Next, we'll delve into how kindness and consistency can create a legacy in his heart. It's the final step in this journey, and it's one you won't want to miss. 9. Enduring impact of kindness and consistency. Kindness. It's a word so simple, so universal, that we often underestimate its power. But when paired with consistency, kindness becomes something extraordinary, an enduring force that can shape how a man sees you, not just for a moment, but for a lifetime. Let's begin with the basics. Kindness is not just about being nice or polite. True kindness is rooted in empathy, in the ability to see someone's needs and meet them with care and intention. It's about understanding what makes him tick, what lights him up, and what calms his worries. And when your actions reflect that understanding, they leave a mark he won't forget. Now, here's where consistency comes into play. A single kind gesture is beautiful, but a pattern of kindness is transformative. Consistency builds trust. It tells him that your care isn't fleeting, that it's not tied to moods or circumstances, it's a steady presence in his life. And that kind of stability, it's rare and unforgettable. Picture this. He's had a tough week, and on Friday evening, he walks through the door to find his favorite meal waiting, a small gesture you've prepared to ease his burden. It's not about the meal itself, it's about what it represents. Your attention to his needs, your thoughtfulness, your care. Now imagine this happening not just once but regularly. Over time, these gestures become part of the story he tells himself about you. That you're someone who genuinely cares, someone who makes his life better in both big and small ways. Kindness also shows up in how you treat him during disagreements. Let's face it, no relationship is without conflict, but it's how you navigate those moments that define the strength of your bond. When you approach arguments with patience and a willingness to understand rather than attack, you're embodying the kind of love that withstands challenges. A calm, reasoned response says, "I value this relationship more than being right." And that message? It's one he'll remember. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It's not about always having the right words or gestures. It's about showing up day after day with the intention to nurture the relationship. It's about creating a rhythm of kindness that becomes the heartbeat of your connection. Whether it's a good morning text, a supportive word before a big meeting, or simply being there when he needs to talk, these actions weave a tapestry of care that he'll carry with him. Let's talk about another dimension of kindness, gratitude. Men thrive on knowing they're appreciated. A simple thank you for his efforts, whether it's fixing something around the house or supporting you through a tough time, can go a long way. Gratitude isn't just about acknowledging what he's done, it's about showing that you see and value him for who he is. But what about the tough times? Life isn't always smooth sailing, and neither are relationships. It's during these moments that kindness and consistency shine the brightest. When he's struggling, whether it's with work stress, family issues, or personal doubts, your steady kindness becomes a lifeline. Maybe it's as simple as sitting quietly by his side, offering a comforting word, or giving him the space to process while letting him know you're there. Those are the moments that stick with him, not because of grand gestures, but because of the quiet, unwavering care you provide. There's a fascinating aspect of kindness that ties into psychology. Acts of kindness release oxytocin, often called the love hormone, in both the giver and the receiver. So every time you show him kindness, you're not just building his sense of security and affection, you're strengthening your own bond with him. It's a two-way street, creating a cycle of love and connection that grows deeper over time. Here's something important to remember. True kindness doesn't expect anything in return. It's not about keeping score or seeking acknowledgement. It's about giving freely because you care, because you want to make his life brighter. And yet the irony is this: the more genuine your kindness, the more deeply it embeds itself in his heart. Consistency in kindness also cultivates something incredibly valuable: reliability. In a world full of uncertainties, being a person he can count on makes you stand out. Knowing that you're there, not just in the good times but also when things get rough, creates a bond that's hard to break. It tells him, "I'm here no matter what," and that kind of loyalty is something he'll treasure. But let's take this a step further. Kindness and consistency don't just benefit him, they transform you too. When you make kindness a habit, it becomes part of who you are. It shifts your perspective, making you more patient, more empathetic, more attuned to the needs of others. It's a practice that strengthens not only your relationship but also your personal growth. So, as you think about this, ask yourself, how can you show kindness today? Maybe it's a small gesture, like sending a text to let him know you're thinking of him. Or maybe it's a bigger commitment, like being there for him during a difficult time without expecting anything in return. Whatever it is, know this: every act of kindness, done consistently, builds a connection that lasts. Kindness is timeless. It doesn't fade and it doesn't go unnoticed. And when it's paired with consistency, it creates a legacy in his heart, a memory of you as someone who made his life better in countless ways, big and small. That's the kind of impact that endures no matter where life takes you both. As we wrap up this journey, remember that these principles, kindness, respect, authenticity, and encouragement, are not just tools to build a stronger relationship. They're also reflections of your own strength, your own capacity to love deeply and meaningfully. And that's truly unforgettable. And there you have it, a journey through 9 simple yet profoundly impactful ways to leave an unforgettable mark on a man's heart. Each step, from small acts of care to the power of kindness and consistency, is not just about building a stronger connection with him, but also about embracing your own strength, authenticity, and capacity to love. The beauty of these actions lies in their accessibility. You don't need extravagant gestures or complicated strategies to create a bond that lasts. All it takes is a commitment to being genuine, understanding, and present. By respecting his independence, supporting his dreams, sharing authentic moments, and offering encouragement, you're not just connecting with him, you're showing him that love can be a safe, transformative, and lasting force. As you've discovered, these principles don't just enrich his life, they also empower you to grow into the best version of yourself. This is the essence of a Stoic dating approach, one that blends emotional clarity, patience, and unwavering intention to create something truly meaningful. It's a reminder that true connection isn't built on fleeting attraction, but on the foundation of trust, care, and mutual respect. Now, it's your turn to reflect. Which of these steps resonates with you the most? Are you already embracing some of these principles, or is there one you're excited to try? The journey toward creating unforgettable relationships starts with small, intentional actions. Let this be your reminder. The energy you bring into someone's life has the power to transform it. And when you embrace kindness, authenticity, and consistency, you're not just building memories, you're creating a legacy of love that endures. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you've enjoyed this exploration and feel inspired to put these insights into action, I'd love for you to share your thoughts. Leave a comment, subscribe for more transformative insights, and don't forget to share this with someone who could use a little inspiration in their own relationships. Here's to building connections that last, to loving deeply and meaningfully, and to becoming the kind of person who leaves an indelible mark on the hearts of those around you. Take care, and may your journey be filled with love, growth, and unforgettable moments.